Alrighty, traders, let's get into the week ahead. I'm going to talk to you about also my trading as well too, what trades I've done this week, and also a bit of an update across the markets. Let's get straight into it. Don't place a trade based on what you'll see in this video because there is no guarantees of making a profit in the market. It takes you a long time to become a good trader. So this video here is just to educate you to become a much better trader. Alrighty, traders, before I get straight into the actual stock market itself, just a quick little update on my personal trading. I've had probably the most successful trading week this week in the last probably couple months, probably 2 months now, probably a couple months from there. I personally have had 5 trades. I've had 100% success rate in those in trading this week. I've had a couple of small profits. I'm actually in one trade still right now. That's still going. I'm just letting that profits run on that trade. And I've had a couple of really nice futures trades this week as well too, some stock trades, and it's been my most successful week ever when it comes to that there, guys. So if you are struggling with your trading right now and you really do need help, guys, that first link in the description there, I want you to click on that. When you click on that, I'm going to give you access to the free trading course that I've put together for you. Which is going to walk you through the biggest mistakes you're making right now, the chart reading strategies, and when you put your email address in, guys, to get the free trading course, the very first video that you get is all about teaching you what system am I using, right? What system am I using? What system do I use this week to get 100% success rate? Now, I don't always get 100% success rate, and it's been pretty flat for me for the last month or so, right? It's been some small losses, small profits, not really much going on. So this week's actually been a phenomenal week for me as things are starting to pick back up. If you're struggling in trading right now, you need to see this presentation, guys, because I really walk you through all the steps to the exact patterns and the exact setups that I use in the markets. First link in the description there, guys. Go click on that right now. So, one thing that I'm noticing when it comes to the stock market is that this pullback was expected. I may have been early by saying we're going to get a pullback, but what we're getting right now in the markets, this drop in the markets was expected, right? It was actually expected to see. It was actually expected to happen, right? Again, but I just may have just been early, but now we're getting it. And again, we're probably going to continue even more. Now, I'm not expecting a big drop, right? What have we got so far? We're at 2%. I'm expecting probably another say 5 to 10% pullback out of the markets. That's what I'm actually expecting out of the markets here. So we can see that that's what's going on from there to there, from there to there. You can see what's going on from that. So the markets we're getting right now, this pullback was expected, right? And this is where all through this period here, I was warning people of going long the markets because I was saying, guys, when this market turns, it's going to turn pretty quickly. And as you can see, just 3 down days has literally wiped out literally 20 days worth of trading. So literally 3 down days and it only hasn't actually moved much. This is the danger of why I was saying don't go long here. Oh, actually, I'm not saying don't go long here. I can't tell you what to do. But what I am saying is that the best thing for that and the best thing for you is to make sure that you're not getting in when you know there's probably going to be a turn coming soon. Because when it does turn, it may go up for a month, right? It may go up for 2-3 weeks, and then suddenly 3 days, and now you've lost all that gain. And that's always the big problem. That's the reason why. So this drop was expected. I may have been early, but I wasn't wrong about what's coming right now. Seeing the NASDAQ as well too. The NASDAQ's just slightly going down. I'm expecting more of a drop, especially out of the NASDAQ. The NASDAQ could be getting ready for, let's have a look here. So the NASDAQ, if I check out the NASDAQ itself, we've got this high point up here on the NASDAQ, right? See this resistance here, and then now we've got this sort of sideways movement, and now we're dropping down through here. So this could be like the final hooray out of the markets, or the final high out of the markets. Because if I zoom my charts out on the NASDAQ, then look at this here. You got the resistance here and the resistance here and the resistance here. So now this is probably going to be some sort of a false breakout, guys, meaning the end of the trend. This is the end of the trend, and now much more drop is coming. And so we're probably going to get a drop down through here now. I'm not expecting a big crash. I'm just expecting to see this thing balance out a little bit, right? Because when I look at these weekly charts, look at this here, all the way up. So I'm just looking at this. I'm just expecting probably this to balance out a little bit. So if I just draw a Fibonacci from there to there, so this whole area through here, guys, this is where we could possibly even get down to, around about there. If we have a look at that there, what is that? That's about a 10 or 11% drop, maybe even down to that level there. Because as you can see, right, so as we break above here, we could be getting ready for this drop to come from there to there, right? So the big thing that what we're going to look out for is that, is this going to be the fast breakout? I believe it's going to be, and I believe we're going to start to see this overall move on the downside in the NASDAQ. Again, guys, I may have been early over the last month or so. I was saying we're getting ready for a drop, but I may have been early, but I wasn't wrong. And those who actually did go long over the last month, especially in the NASDAQ, you know that you'll be hurting right now. So let's go to the Dow Jones. And the Dow Jones, once again, the Dow Jones is actually not in a really bad territory. I don't expect a real big drop out of the Dow Jones. So maybe just a couple of percent down on the Dow Jones, and that's probably going to be it for it, because it really hasn't had a big move up. So the more it stretches, the more it comes back, right? So that's what we're seeing through there on the actual markets itself. Let's go look at the the gold mining stocks now. So gold mining stocks, right, guys, right now are making a bit of a double bottom on the GDX through here, as you can see. So we're making like a bit of a double bottom through here. So that double bottom, guys, is definitely not a strong sign in the markets. It's going to be really interesting to see what comes next out of this gold mining sector from there, because again, we made a bit of a double bottom. Is it going to start to move up? Is it not? We're in a bit of a stagnant. The market's not really giving us any clear indication of what's going on. But when we start to look at things like gold and silver, if I go to gold and silver, or go to the gold market, look what's happening here on the gold market, right? So if we low, higher low, we could be if this is right, guys. If this is going to be some sort of a higher low, and then we start to break above here. If we start to get something like that, and we start to get something like this, gold is getting ready to have a really big move. So depending on what actually happens, probably through next week, I'm going to be really watching gold carefully, because if we get something like that, we could be getting ready for a really, really, really big move in the markets there. And I want to be ready, and I want to be alert, and I want to be, again, getting ready for it, because we could be getting ready, as I said before, guys, we could be getting ready for a really, really, really big move out of gold. And the opportunity is almost there, right? We're just gonna be patient, and we have to wait for that setup as well too. So, and looking at silver as well too, I believe silver here is just some form of a pullback out of the markets, because we have this here, right? So we have down, we have back up, and we have this lower high point. Now look at this here, we made this higher high. This is a warning sign, guys. Right? This is a warning sign to say that the downtrend is no longer in play. So now, what do? We have this pullback through here. And so to me, I believe by looking at this here, we're likely to start to see this thing start to have a really nice move to the upside. So if we go to the weekly charts, look at this here. We have low, significant higher low, significant higher low. So we're having a really big, strong upward trend right now in the silver market. Low, higher low, higher low. So I would expect to see some really big movement coming out of that level through there when it comes to these markets. Though the last thing I want to share with you guys is that why it's really, really, really dangerous to get sucked into the FOMO, right? So if I have a look at, if you see what happened with Apple today, right? Look what happened with Apple today. Literally, just what's this here? 1, 2, 3 down days. 3 down days has retraced 1.5 months. This is the warning sign I've been talking about. We're going long these stocks and going long in the markets, because we're getting near the top, and when it turns, it's going to turn fast. And you may be in a stock and you may be doing really well for a few months, and then suddenly, literally within a week, that whole month is being retraced because that's how the markets work. And so this is the warning signs I've been telling people to not get involved with these stocks that are and these markets that are overvalued, because I may be early, but when it does happen, it's going to move fast. And that's exactly what has happened.